I'm Cisco.
And this week we're going to be talking about Marvel's Ultimate Universe. But first, the weekly poll.
Yep. Superman, son of Jor-El.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about that. Tom Kane's run of Jonathan Kent as Superman in Metropolis.
Yeah.
We're also getting issue number 5 of Beta Ray Bill, which
really?
I didn't it's been really great. Right now. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Issue
what's
1
like?
was a few weeks ago. It's
very give me like the elevator pitch.
Thor fucked up Beta Ray Bill, broke his hammer.
That's rude.
Yeah, oh yeah. And now Beta Ray Bill is on a journey to find himself again. Because he's like, it's very, very reminiscent on Thor's "Who Am I Without My Hammer?" And like now Beta Ray Bill, because he is a canon Thor.
Beta Ray Bill is like crazy character that I bet like a lot of people kind of like viscerally not viscerally
like vaguely
vaguely know about, like on the outskirts of their mind, like they saw him, they'd be like, I recognize that.
Yeah,
but I doubt a lot of people know about in general. So it's cool that they have their own series again.
Yeah, it's going on issue number 5 right now, and it's just him. I think he's going up against Surtur right now on his lonely self.
Damn.
Yeah.
Kind of badass.
And so he's trying to find a new weapon to take place of Stormbreaker, because Stormbreaker is
kaput.
Kapooty. Yeah. Unless Thor is like, hey bro, sorry.
Yeah.
Here you go. Wolverine issue number 14 is coming out this week.
Yeah.
I'm always excited about a Wolverine.
Is another Dark Ages coming out?
No, Dark Ages starts, I believe, in August.
I thought one had already come out.
Nope.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I saw stuff like that they were posting for
they're promoting it, but Dark Ages hasn't come out yet.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Detective Comics number 1040 is coming out this week.
Yeah. More fighting with
the state of Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of coming into that future state.
Yeah, it's going really fast. It's going faster than I thought it would.
Yeah, because they're kind of like spearheading all of it into the militarized Gotham.
Yeah, it's exciting though.
Yeah. And then we're also getting a Green Lantern issue number 4, 3, 4,
3. Yeah, I think it's what monthly.
Yeah, it's either monthly or bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, maybe.
Robin issue number 4 is coming out this week.
Fucking wait. Robin has been such a treat. Every issue has been like just fantastic.
Then Infinite Frontier issue number 3 is coming out this week.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Wait, really? Already?
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll find out what Roy is doing with the Black Lantern ring.
Yeah. Should we do a little quick spoiler alert here and like just talk about that for a second?
Yeah, spoiler alert for Infinite Frontier.
Yeah.
If you haven't read it.
If you haven't, I will do that when we're done and you can unmute. But
yeah. So Roy Harper. He's back from the dead again.
Yeah.
How
many times is this?
4?
Really? I would have said 3, maybe.
I think it's 4.
I mean, he has his arm back. He got his arm back like beginning of 52.
Yeah.
Which is like,
that's when like they retconned all of that.
It's like, why is he even Arsenal?
Yeah, but like they still kept the name Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because the title was Red Hood and Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was Red Hood and the...
Yeah, but like they had their own issue too.
Oh, yeah.
It's
a fun dude.
So Roy's back, and then he was like in a diner. And then then like he got swatted.
Yeah.
By
the DEO?
Argus?
That was like the DEO or something. No, like because the DEO is like back.
It might have been the DEO.
There's like it's whoever Bones is.
Yeah, whatever secret organization Mr. Bones is in charge of. And then like at the end of that issue, he got a Black Lantern ring.
Yeah, and then in the second issue,
he learned how to use it.
Yeah, which was like
Yeah, because
crazy.
he remembered how Green Lantern uses his, and he's using that to like use the Black
And
Panther.
then all the dark side is stuff,
Yeah,
which I want to know what dark side is. Dark side is happy. Dark side is sad.
Dark side is content.
Content.
Uh,
Dark side is
yeah,
everywhere.
we're firmly getting the quote unquote real dark side.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, because every time we've seen Dark Side in Infinite Frontier, it's been outside of the multiverse.
It's been on Earth Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like an Earth outside of the multiverse.
Yeah, I don't know if you read the like secret files, the Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah, like but like the last one with Psycho Pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then like he had killed the Pantheon right off the bat.
He's kidnapped Barry Allen.
Yep.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's all very exciting.
Yep. And then Batman and Superman issue number 20.
Yeah, that's ending, isn't it?
I believe so.
It's either winding down or this is the last one.
Because it started out with The Bat Who Laughs,
which was like the Batman and Superman started out really strong.
Yeah,
it's very fun to read because it was all connected to all this stuff that's happening in like the greater universe. But now, like, I lost interest.
It's winding down. It's definitely winding down.
It was a good run.
Yeah, Action Comics 1033.
Yeah,
with like the future Kryptonians, whatever they're going with that.
That'll be cool.
Ancient Kryptonians. Fantastic Four number 34. I
didn't read Fantastic Four this week. Like this series.
What do you mean?
Have you been reading it?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Right now, it's like the wedding of Victor Von Doom. Yeah, and another spoiler alert. It was like Johnny slept with his bride.
Wild.
Yeah.
Everyone I forgot to do this.
And then an Image Comics production, Department of Truth, issue 11 is coming out this week, and I'm really excited about that.
Oh, you know what? You know what's been pretty good, like, and I was a little skeptical, but like I'm kind of into it. Skybound X.
Skybound
X with like the whole Rick Grimes with the robot hand and stuff, like fighting with a lightsaber against aliens.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of stuff in there. Actually, it's not just that. It's that there's another like Walking Dead story focusing on Clementine, like after the final game, which is kind of
season 4, season 5.
The season 4. They did 4. Yeah, it was like 1, 2, 3, and then the final.
Yeah, okay.
One that didn't come out altogether because the company
went under.
Telltale.
Still waiting on Wolf Among Us season 2.
It's coming.
It better. It was announced in 2019.
Yeah, but then the company fell apart.
It had already fallen apart at that point.
Oh, it was announced before that, though.
It was announced, and then
it was re-announced,
and then it was re-announced after it had already broken down. I gotta play the other Telltale games.
You should. They're all
like the Game of Thrones one, the Guardians of the Galaxy one.
I'll say this: the Game of Thrones one, the weakest of them, still pretty good. I played them all with my buddy back home, like my next door, my best friend, and like he was like, we would fucking laugh our asses off at the Game of Thrones one, right? Because
there was
like there's a lot of like, just over the top Game of Thrones shit going on, but also it's like still in that like time where Telltale games are like either like really good or kind of jank, and this one was like a little bit of both.
It was like in that middle ground.
Yeah, it was kind of riding the line, and we couldn't tell which one it was.
So you just played it till completion.
Yeah. But it was fun. The Batman ones are pretty good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm upset that we only got the 2 games, though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it just being the 2.
Yeah, but like I really liked that world, and like they could have like expanded a lot.
I think didn't they do like a comic?
I do not know.
I think they might have.
Maybe. I have to type in Telltale in the search bar.
And then
go from there. No?
You can't type in Telltale in the search bar. That would ruin you.
Yep. Yeah, I would immediately break down into tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Softy.
So, quote of the week is...
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, you listed everything I was going to talk about. Like, I mean, the big one is the Superman.
Yeah.
Like, which we touched on like at the very beginning, but like
we've touched on it like
we're I
every
think it's
episode.
obvious that we're both very excited for it because it's Jonathan Kent, written by Tom Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and like we're not getting rid of Kal-El, but
yeah,
like it's a new Superman.
It's what they, well, it's what Marvel did really well with the Ultimate Universe. Like, just a segue in here.
Nice.
When they had Miles Morales, you could still read Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why it worked. It's when you replace characters and like you have no option to keep reading like your old
but
favorite.
you keep them around, and they kind of have like that competitive storytelling.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then you could pick and choose which Spider-Man you want to read.
I like Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh, okay, I like regular Spider-Man. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't. It doesn't have to be like a, well, if this one exists, then the other one can.
Yeah.
Like,
But another great segue is one of the great things that the Ultimate Universe gave us was Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I know, for me personally, being Puerto Rican, there's now a Afro Latino Puerto Rican Spider-Man.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
To see, like,
yeah, his mother is Puerto Rican and his father's black. It's great to see.
Yeah.
And it's great to like have Miles like actively use Spanish in the comics.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes him better in some ways than Peter. Like Peter only speaks English.
Yeah.
And then
I would say this Miles was more interesting.
Yeah.
Than Peter. It's maybe in part because we've had Peter for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But like Miles, like finding himself, and because he starts out so young.
Yeah.
Like he starts out like he's like what, in like
14? I mean,
he's younger.
No,
he's like maybe 13.
Is he really?
Yeah, no, he's like a baby at the beginning.
Because like I know the Peter Parker, the Ultimate Universe Peter Parker, before he died, he was like 17.
Yeah.
17, maybe. 18.
He wasn't like in his senior year
no.
of high school.
He was 17. He was
like 16, 17.
Yeah. I would put Miles at like 14.
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe by the end of like the second volume. But no, at the beginning here, like, let me pull up a picture so we can be talking about this like
because I believe
just from a visual standpoint.
14, like he's still in high school. I believe he's in his senior year.
Yeah, now it is.
Trying to look for his.
I'm trying to look for like his like early appearance.
That one right there.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's his first suit.
Yeah, that's his first. Like, I mean, he's a little guy.
Yeah, his costume was like a costume, like a costume, like an actual department store costume of Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
Which if you've played the Miles Morales game,
yeah,
on the PS4, it was firmly more along the lines of that first suit that Peter gives him in the beginning of the game.
That game was really good, especially like just making, especially that part of New York, part of the story.
Yeah, Harlem.
Yeah, they made Harlem part of the story, which I thought like is always a really important thing for Spider-Man.
Yeah, you like the city is a part of the story. Yeah.
Like it grows and it changes, and like how it reacts to the main character.
Yep,
is important.
Like for me, like in the game, they had like that little Puerto Rican festival.
Yeah,
which was fucking amazing. For me, again, as a Puerto Rican American, just watching it and playing it, it was just great because I heard like the songs that I grew up with. Well, it was like a very like snippets of the songs, but like I still heard them, and to see the Puerto Rican flags, and then the Christmas dinner that they have, which like reminds me of the Christmas dinners that I would have at home. Really, I fucking love Miles
Inclusion
Morales.
is cool.
Yeah. And like like I said before, like he knows Spanish, English, and then ASL.
Yeah. Which I didn't actually know until the game.
Yeah.
Which I thought was like, that's a dope thing.
Yeah, that is canon. He does know ASL.
I assumed it was.
Yeah. Miles had a pretty rough start.
Yeah. As a character and like reception.
I mean, I wasn't privy to the initial reception of him.
It was really
the outward reception of him.
It was
because when I got it, I was like, "Oh, new Spider-Man."
Yeah, because it's cool.
Yeah,
because you're a normal person.
yeah, I'm not up in arms about
psycho.
a black Spider-Man.
Yeah,
That's
why would
stupid.
You? It's ridiculous. But there's a lot of people that were like, "Oh, Ultimate Peter Parker is dead," because the way that you know places like Fox News report on these things is like they're replacing Spider-Man with a black child
without like going into the context.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
everything.
It's like no, they're not. There's
They're
just
not
two
replacing
Spider-Men
him.
now.
The first one died.
Yeah. It's like so he had like a lot of like really bad reception, but then anyone who read it liked it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anyone who's read Miles Morales Spider-Man and is like, not my thing.
Because I like that, he's very much, he still has the same powers
Yeah.
as Peter Parker, but then he has like the two extra ones.
Yeah.
The Venom Sting and the invisibility, which is like, great.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's refreshing.
Yeah, because it puts a new twist on Spider-Man.
Yeah, because you never Peter Parker is great, right? But he gets a little
dull.
Yeah, over time.
Yeah, because like what he can do, what he can't do.
What are you gonna do with that character in that world that hasn't already been done? And it takes great writers to do that.
Yep.
When you're working with a new character, I think it's
more malleable.
Yeah, especially in like the Ultimate Universe where everything is like a little different.
Yeah.
Or a lot different.
For people who don't know,
we should go into what the Ultimate.
The Ultimate Universe is kind of like a skewed version of the main 616. It's definitely like a Marvel universe that was meant to reflect today.
You know what? I can put it into DC terms for people. The Ultimate Universe is like if they had the New 52 going alongside the original DC universe
at the same
time.
Yeah, without discontinuing the old.
They have the same like idea for the imprint.
Yeah.
Like it's like
that's
let's modernize the characters.
Yeah.
And like make them so people who want to get in can get
have an easy way in. Yeah.
Like Ultimate Spider-Man was one of the comics that I read a lot. Like it's one of my favorites because it
was one of those really good ones.
It's really good. And while maybe the writer's gotten a little big for his britches at this point, like he knows how to write teenagers. Like Bendis firmly knows how to write teenagers. Like it's his bread and butter. It's why when he went and wrote Young Justice,
it was great.
It was great because like
they were teenagers.
They're teenagers, and he played them like that.
Yeah, teenagers have teenager problems.
But he really knows how to write the characters. But essentially, what Marvel did was they took and it all kind of starts with Ultimate Spider-Man, right? It starts with aging down Peter Parker till he's maybe 14 at the beginning.
Yep.
And going and changing his origin story a little bit. Where instead of the spider just being like this kind of accident, it's actually a genetic engineering to become that.
It's not a spider that went down into the middle of like a gamma particle ray. Yeah. It's like it was actually like genetically modified.
Yeah.
And there were like 42 of them that were genetically modified.
Something like that. It was a big number. What was his number?
I think his was like 42.
Yeah.
And then Miles' spider was number 41.
Yeah. So, like, two guys bitten by two different spiders.
Yeah. But, like, modified in almost the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had, like, Peter, obviously aged a lot younger than the main universe, because the main universe has been in his mid to late 20s for the past...
decades?
20, 30 years?
Probably. Like, I mean, honestly, in the beginning, he's, like, late high school when they originally started.
Yeah, and then they...
Like, he looks like he could be in college.
They aged him up into being a college student.
Like, very quickly.
I think it took a while for that, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because Gwen Stacy, all that happened while he was still in high school.
Really? I always got the impression that was, like, college-age Peter.
And I believe that was still while he was in, like, a senior in high school.
Again, that's before both of our times.
Yeah, because then college Spider-Man had MJ.
Yeah.
and then it was just him and MJ being 22, 23 for the next 20 years.
Yeah, he hit the jackpot.
Oh yeah, you hit the jackpot, Tiger.
Yeah, what a fucking reveal. It's like, hey, this is my friend's niece.
And then Ultimate Spider-Man, more of a player. Actually, no, they're equal the amount of player.
No.
Oh yeah.
Kitty Pryde?
Fucking main 616 Spider-Man has dated Gwen Black Cat.
So right.
He's what's her name? Moonstone?
I forget that Peter Parker's kind of like horny.
It's not that he's horny, it's that he's the girl's awkward crush.
Yeah.
Because even Jessica Jones in the comics, she was in love with Peter.
Yeah. Didn't they put them in like as like they were
in the same high school
class?
They had like the same math class or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
And then
rewriting that character.
And then Luke Cage is just kind of like, what? You're married to me and you had a crush on Spider-Man? What are your standards here?
Yeah. That's a line.
And then in the Ultimate Universe, he had Gwen.
Yep.
MJ.
Yep.
Kitty.
Yep. That was it, pretty much.
Yeah, that was it.
That was pretty much it. But like, I mean, those are all like fairly serious relationships.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it was contentious too.
Mm-hmm. Like he went from Gwen and then they broke up because they just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then he dated MJ.
But Gwen ended up living at his house.
Yeah.
For a long time. The entire series.
The entire series, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when they brought it back, she was still living there.
Yeah. There's a point where like almost everyone knows that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like all the heroes.
All the heroes and like a lot of his friends.
Yeah.
Like even like side characters that like who's like the big guy at his high school?
Not Flash.
Not Flash. No, it's the guy who used to like pick on him with Flash.
Oh, like the actual like bigger
dude.
dude.
Big guy.
Yeah. Kirby?
Yeah, something like
that. Was
his
name Kirby?
Something like that. I think his real name was Kirby. He ends up with what's Black Cat.
Was he really?
They start dating.
Because like Black Cat's like actually a lot older than all of them. Like Black Cat's like an actual adult, and she thought because it was Spider-Man that he was also.
Oh no, not Black Cat. I'm sorry. Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, they end up together for a little bit, and then the whole thing with the X-Men happened.
Shadow Cat. That's what Shadow
Cat. Shadow. Yeah. Ooh.
You can't mix those two up. Yeah, that's okay. Let's just get this out of the way. The Ultimate Universe has a weird thing with relationships and like incest.
Oh, does it? Does it have a weird thing with relationships?
It's got some weird shit in there.
Yeah.
Like we're just gonna. I think we should talk about that. Okay,
to rip off the fucking Band-Aid. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the Ultimate Universe were brother and sister still, but they were also fucking.
Yeah. I never really read Ultimates, but I knew about it.
Yeah, they were actively fucking.
Yeah.
And then the Avengers team, which was known as the Ultimates, just ignored it.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about incest.
Hey,
Captain America comes up and he's like, it's the American way.
What's going on in that room? Don't bring it up.
Yeah.
That's it. Tony and Black Widow ended up together.
Tony Stark, alcoholic the entire time.
Yeah, he's not sober like in the main universe.
Yeah. There's like there is a point after, I mean, Peter Parker dies, obviously. Because that's how Miles Morales comes around. Yep. But like after that happens, they have like a Spider-Man
issue
where
with his main 616 goes to the Ultimate
and
Universe.
he's like, wow, you're not my Nick Fury. Wow, you're still drinking.
It's like, wow, you're black.
Yeah. It's like he's not as cool as you. That's what he says, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, I'm saying, and Nick Fury goes, I'm sorry about that.
yeah, I'm sorry you don't have a more cool Nick Fury.
Because for anyone who doesn't know, the only reason that Samuel L. Jackson plays Nick Fury in the MCU.
It's because the artist drew Nick Fury in the Ultimate Universe as Samuel L. Jackson.
And then Samuel L. Jackson was like, you can use my likeness all you want, but I get to play him in the movie.
Yep.
So like years later,
Iron Man 1, we got Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
It was like 8 years later.
Yep.
Because Ultimate Universe was 2000?
In the early 2000s, yeah. 2000s, 2001, 2.
I mean, yeah, it lasted until 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Wow,
it's crazy that it was only 5 years ago, or 6 years ago now, that, like, it got rolled in.
Yeah. I mean, I think it got rolled in even, like, before the end.
Yeah.
Because, like, they
had some series that had to wrap up.
A lot of the crises in the Ultimate Universe was from the main 616.
Yeah.
Besides Ultimatum, and like the shit that happened with the X-Men, like the main universe Galactus came over there.
Yeah.
And like I believe the story was like he just appeared right above the Ultimate Universes in New York, and people were like, "What the fuck?"
I don't remember. Again, like I didn't really like. I kind of dropped off near the end.
Yeah, like, that's when the quality of the books just.
Yeah, it's why they stopped it.
Yeah,
like it's why they rolled it into the main, because like there was some things that were really working. Like Miles Morales was really working. Reed Richards,
being the maker,
was very interesting. So they rolled it into the main universe. Let's talk about some of like the main differences though. Like we've talked about Spider-Man. He's younger. Different things have happened to him.
Yeah.
His villains.
Also, like the same but different.
They're the same but different. Like, the Venom
is an
really
alien.
Cool. Yeah, it's not.
It's man-made
by his parents.
Yeah, and Eddie Brock's parents.
They're old friends.
Yeah, as a cure for cancer.
Yeah, it's supposed to make the wearer stronger. Like it was a whole thing that was meant to do good.
Yeah, but
it
got weaponized.
Yeah. It's crazy. I thought that was really cool what they did with the Venom.
Like a lot of the twists
out.
That happened in the Spider-Man comics were great.
Yeah, they had their own clone saga, which I thought was actually better than the original clone saga, which isn't hard.
I don't. Yes, it was objectively better.
Yeah.
But I think that's because like it condensed a lot of the Clone Saga.
Yeah, it was not nearly as long.
Because the Clone Saga for the main universe Spider-Man lasted like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like IRL years.
The Clone Saga, if you don't know what we're talking about, was basically like, hey, is Peter Parker a clone?
Yeah, and it was like 2 Peter Parkers, and then both of them being like, okay, we're both the same person, same memories, we can't go on. And then one of them said, okay, cool, I'm going to go by Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go fuck off and be the Spider-Man in a whole different town.
Yeah, and it was like, but one of the things that they said was like, yeah, Peter Parker's a clone.
Yeah.
Like, the Peter Parker that you've been reading is a clone, which no one wants to hear.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because then it was like the new Ben Reilly was the original Peter Parker.
You don't want to hear that. You don't want to be like, oh, I've been reading the clone of that guy.
Mm-hmm. And then
it shouldn't matter, but it does to you as a reader.
Yeah, and like not only that, but then they had like 2 other clone sagas.
Yes.
With you had Ben Reilly, who that all got sorted out. Peter's Peter, Ben's Ben, and then they had Kane.
Yeah, Kane was kind of cool.
Kane was kind of cool
at the beginning.
After the fact, for me, it was after the fact.
Really?
Because it was just another Ben Reilly.
I was like, but he's like vicious.
Yeah, he was definitely like that more corrupted clone.
Yeah, I was like kind of into it. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
And he also had his own run, which was pretty great.
Yeah.
And then they brought back Ben. Like he died and then came back and then died again and then came back again. And now he's the Spider-Man of, I believe he's still the Spider-Man of Las Vegas.
Probably. That tracks.
And then Kane, he is either dead.
I think right now the assumption is that Kane is dead.
Okay.
But again, I have no idea.
Yeah, and then Miles Morales just went through, this past Wednesday, his own clone saga just ended.
I'm going to have to go and read it. I'm curious.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm tired of
it's a clone
Spider-Man.
saga.
I'm tired of Spider-Man and clone sagas.
The fact that we can just say clone saga, and most of the people that will ever watch this are going to be like, "Oh, okay, yeah,"
Yeah.
like tells you how big of a deal it kind of was.
Yeah, but
Like,
Ultimate Universe's clone saga
was
was
condensed,
condensed,
and it was interesting.
Yeah, because they had we talked about it earlier.
Yeah, we
so
talked
like
about
the 5
today.
different clones.
Yeah,
and like each had their own work.
One of them was just like a really deformed, like Peter Parker that just wanted to like
have MJ.
Yeah, have MJ
and protect
like,
her.
be normal. Like he was like, he's literally just Peter Parker.
Yep.
Like,
just fucked up.
Just fucked up. One of them was Jessica Drew.
Yep, she was the female clone. Yeah, the one who like lasted more than the rest of them.
Just Peter Parker, but like a
female.
Woman.
Yeah,
yeah, like
all the same memories.
All the same memories,
which is like awkward.
They touch on it. It's like, this is weird. Like,
yeah, it was like, okay, you're me.
And she ends up dating Johnny Storm for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I remember like them talking about it in the comments, like, huh.
Weird.
Okay. There's
the four-armed one.
The four-armed one. There is the one that is Scorpion.
Yep. Who terrorizes the mall.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that they did Scorpion like that, because they hadn't done it yet, and I was like, oh,
where's Scorpion?
When's that gonna happen? And then they did Scorpion again later.
Yeah. Because like it was like the suit
for Miles Morales.
Yeah, because it was like the suit. They took the Peter out of that suit, and then the Scorpion later on had that suit.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then they had the aged up Peter Parker, who thought he was Richard Parker.
Fucking tragic.
Richard Parker is Peter Parker's dad.
It's like Peter Parker thought his dad was like
was back. Yeah,
back. Like, and it's like,
and like this Peter was like fed vague memories.
Yeah.
Of the dad.
I can't remember. It was like there was a reveal that like Peter's parents were like kind of Shield.
So in the main 616, his parents were Shield agents. Bless you.
Sorry, thank you.
In the main 616, they were indeed Shield agents.
Yeah. It's Miles' parents that are revealed to be Shield agents. His father.
A former Shield agent.
Yeah.
And then
it's wild.
Yeah.
What a wild twist.
And then Ultimate Spider-Man's parents, I think, were just legitimately scientists looking for a cure for cancer.
No, Peter Parker's parents always have something.
Like some badass secret, whatever. Like main 616, Peter has a sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, who like for a long time is like, is she not? Is she? And I think people are like leaning more towards like she is.
Yeah. One sec. Don't worry about it. It's something else. I didn't want to spoil it for anyone who's read it. Go read Nightwing.
I'm gonna be so hurt.
It's gonna be fucking hurt.
Yeah, no. Another I wouldn't say fun thing about, they didn't call themselves the Avengers.
Yeah.
They call themselves the Ultimates because they were like, I don't know.
They're the ultimate team.
They're like the ultimate version of these characters, I guess. If that's how you want to interpret it.
I thought it was a cool thing.
The Hulk was a cannibal.
I forgot all about that until you just said it. Oh my god, yeah, the Hulk ate people.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where, like, Peter Parker came across the Hulk, like, a couple times, and he's like, oh no.
Yeah.
That guy that eats people.
Ran away.
That's what they know about the Hulk. It's like, that's like the one thing that everyone knows. It's like, he eats people.
Yeah, like, they had that whole thing with, like, the aliens. Yeah. Like, the animated movie of 4 Ultimates.
I can't remember. I don't think I saw it.
You know, they came out with, like, 2 of them.
Yeah.
They weren't great, but, like...
Because it was based on, like, that TV show.
No, it was based on the Ultimates.
Yeah, but like they had an Ultimate TV show.
Did they really?
Yeah, they had an Ultimate Spider-Man TV show too.
No, but this Avengers movie came out like in 2007.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was way before.
Oh,
way before the Ultimate TV shows.
Maybe I'll watch it. Was it good?
It was alright. Like, they definitely allude to Hulk being a cannibal in that movie.
He's a super cannibal.
Super cannibal. Doesn't care who or what you are.
He's literally a super cannibal.
And like there's that famous panel of like him ripping Wolverine in half.
It's
and like munching on his leg.
Like the whole point of the Ultimate Universe is to be like, approachable and like modernized.
I don't understand how you get modern from cannibal
Cannibalism, incest,
and sexism.
sexism. A lot of sexism.
Yeah,
actually.
coming from Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it was like one of the issues where he basically told Janet, the Wasp, to be like, you should stay in the kitchen. Like he told her the equivalent of that.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck?
Not all of it's great.
No. And they had a chance to redo this bit of Marvel history. And I'm only remembering it now because a person I follow on TikTok, a comic TikToker, she talked about it. I think her name is on
TikToked about it.
She TikToked about it. Would you like to know? I believe her handle is Jay Stoops. I believe I might be getting that wrong. I'll correct myself in the next episode. But like, she was talking about how in the Ultimate Universe, I mean, in the main 616, between Hank and Janet, they had that infamous scene of like him slapping her.
Yeah.
And in the Ultimate Universe, they had the chance to correct that because like it was an accident on both the artists and the writers of that panel. It was more like it was supposed to be he accidentally hit her,
but
then they drew it
wrong.
But it looks wrong, and it looks like he like intentionally hit her, and then they ran with that.
Yeah.
And then in the Ultimate Universe, it's like Janet isn't. It's not the suit. She's actually a mutant.
Yeah.
And like Hank derived the Pym particles from her blood.
There's a lot of mutant shit going on in the Ultimate
Universe. Like almost all the superheroes are mutants.
Yeah.
And that is like if being a mutant in the main 616 is bad, it's even worse in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. X-Men is like kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Like they have like a marital dispute. She shrinks down, and then he sprays her with bug spray.
So much worse.
Yeah, he sprays her with like he does right? He does still hit her.
I'm not crazy.
And beats her. He hits her, beats her, and it's like alluded to that he's done that over the years. And then she shrinks down. He sprays her with bug spray, and then he puts on the Ant-Man helmet, and then he sends bugs after her.
Yeah.
Because like he starts off as a Giant Man, and then goes to Ant-Man, and not the other way around.
Who wrote Ultimates?
I do not know. I do not know, and I don't want to know.
Because whoever it was did some crazy shit. Yeah. The craziest shit came out of Ultimates. Because if you read any other Ultimate comic, it's none of that shit's really there. This was like a writer driven.
Yeah, and then Ultimates is the only place where you see this.
Yeah, and like the characterization in other comics, like Captain America is like he's still like edgier.
Yeah.
But he's not
he's firmly like, I will put a gun in your mouth and kill you.
Yeah, but he's not like, well, ladies.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
So the best interpretation is like, the Captain America in the Ultimate Universe is firmly like the Punisher.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
Tony Stark is still an alcoholic. I think he is an alcoholic.
I think it's a good choice because you get both alcoholic Tony Stark and
and like there's not much of a difference between the Tony Starks.
Yeah,
it's still that I want to do right. We all have only a short amount of time to live. Let me do right.
Yeah.
Thor is a god.
He's an alien that that takes on like the views of people, right? Isn't Thor's whole thing in the Ultimate Universe that like they're aliens, but like he only looks like Thor?
Really?
Because of the beliefs of the like human race.
I don't remember that issue.
I think that's true. I know that's it.
From my memory, I'd have to go back. Everybody thought Thor was just crazy, thinking that he was a god.
Sure.
Then there was a run where they were like, oh no, he's actually insane. It's a power belt that connects with the hammer. That's what gives him his power.
Yeah.
They took it away. They put him in an asylum. His brother, Loki, is like head of the asylum, and he's like taunting him in the fucking prison cell. He's like, fuck you. I'm gonna make your friends think you're insane.
Pongers.
And then it turns out he's actually Thor, the god of thunder.
Yeah.
Like he calls down the lightning. and then like, holy shit, he actually is a god. And then he gets depowered because Reed Richards destroys the World Tree that connects Asgard.
We should just say Reed Richards is kind of a villain.
Kinda?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
It's more than kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like blatantly clear.
I mean, it's blatantly clear at the end.
At the end.
When he actually goes insane.
Well, by the end, it's blatantly clear. But like Reed Richards is
he didn't start out as a villain.
You get to see Reed Richards as like a kid.
Yeah, he's like a teenager, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 16.
Yeah.
Like all the Fantastic Four is 16.
Yeah. Which is an interesting choice.
Yeah, because like it puts an emphasis on them being super geniuses.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. This Reed Richards was like beat by his father.
Yeah.
And then like criticized for everything he did by his father.
Oh, he's horribly abused.
And then like they get to start with the Fantastic Four. I believe they get their powers in the same way.
I think so.
But I'm not that versed in Fantastic Four mythos.
It's just radiation.
Yeah, cosmic radiation, whatever.
It's very straightforward.
And then a bunch of shit happens. They find Namor. He's not the king of Atlantis.
Fucking Namor.
He's more like a prisoner of Atlantis.
Yeah. And
like the last Atlantean. Victor Von Doom isn't Victor Von Doom. It's Sue's and Johnny's mother.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Like she's like the big villain for the Fantastic Four anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Reed kind of goes insane after, witnessing Marvel Zombies.
Yeah.
Because like he opened the door, brought their Fantastic Four in, killed their Fantastic Four. And then there was that whole bullshit thing.
Yeah.
And then he like peeked into the main universe's 616. And then he saw him and Sue together with the two kids. And he's like, oh, this is our destiny. This is how it has to be. And then he saw shit veering off in a different course of action.
Yeah.
And then during all of that, ultimatum happens.
Yeah.
And then Johnny Storm dies.
Yeah.
Wolverine dies.
Yeah.
Janet dies because the Blob eats her.
Johnny Storm comes back then.
No.
Does it?
No. He stays dead.
But during Ultimatum, Peter Parker saves a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of when Peter Parker dies, Johnny Storm is there.
Oh, okay. So then I don't think he dies then.
Yeah.
He just stops being part of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that's why I lose track of him.
Yeah.
And then
he's in Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah, and then Hank bites off Blob's head. And then goes crying away.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's like the planet gets flooded, right?
The planet gets flooded because Magneto flips the Earth's magnetic axis.
And well, I think one of like the coolest things, and again, most of my Ultimate shit is from Spider-Man. Right? I think one of the coolest things from Ultimatum was fucking Jameson sees
Peter diving in,
saving people. Just the entire time it's happening, he just sees him saving people, and he starts writing.
Yep.
About like
because the Daily Bugle is also flooded.
Yeah.
But it's not. The windows aren't cracked.
Yeah.
So he has like this aquarium view of New York flooded.
It's a great panel
with Spider-Man diving in and out, and he's like, I'm wrong about this kid.
I was wrong all along.
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man is a hero. And then I think he originally shits on Miles because he's like,
he's trying to copy this hero.
It's wrong.
It's in poor taste.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the running joke in like the first 2-3 issues of Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Because he had that blue and red suit where it's like, yo, thank you for saving us. But that costume is in really poor taste.
That happens to Peter Parker when he comes from the main 616 universe. It's like,
dude, not cool.
That's Peter Parker's thing. It's like,
not cool.
Who's Peter Parker?
Why the fuck do you know Peter Parker's name?
How do you know that? It's like, well, he's Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah. And another fact about Peter Parker, Nick Fury is his godfather.
Yeah.
Which,
pretty cool.
he should have probably mentioned
Probably.
a lot sooner.
Yeah. Before he died.
It's another, it's kind of like veering off comics, but it's my same issue with Naruto. Like, everyone know who your dad is.
Yeah.
And they just don't tell you, and they don't take care of you.
Yeah, it's fucking obvious who Naruto is. Like, you look at them, they have the same fucking hair.
Yeah, but like, it's like the third Hokage told his parents, "Yes, I'll watch over your son," by putting him in a lonely one-bedroom apartment.
Letting him get treated like
and
shit.
just leave him alone. The same thing with
Jiraiya.
Peter. It was like, yeah, cool. I'm the god, Nick Fury. The greatest spy in the world. Am godfather of Peter Parker.
He did.
You're gonna live with your aunt and your uncle.
We're the best.
I mean, I guess
he's happy. Mostly.
Then Uncle Ben dies.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man's life kind of goes to shit.
I forget. Did Uncle Ben die for the same reason that he does in the where he doesn't like stop the guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
then he fucking like goes and attacks him in like a abandoned building.
Yep.
That's right.
It's the same in both. Which like it's core Peter Parker.
How do you feel about the art style that they did
for the Ultimates or Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Great.
Yeah, it's very different.
It was very like
it's fresh.
The at the time, I believe the main universe had like really rounded edges.
Yeah.
And I'm not. It's like why I can't go back and like watch old cartoons.
It's
or like read older comics. It's because all the characters like their chins around, the elbows around. There's no points.
Yeah. We have kind of like a unified art style now.
Yeah.
That everyone kind of uses. So
and then they have their own variation.
Yeah.
But like things aren't as round anymore.
Yeah, we have a lot more detail now.
Yeah.
Usually. Like not just like there's something to be said for unique art styles, like where it's like low detail, I guess.
Yeah.
Like very interpretive. Sometimes. But if it's going to be your main thing, it's kind of hard to get readers in if they don't like the art style.
It's where I stop.
Ion hasn't read Sagas yet because she can't get into the art style off the first page. You haven't read Sagas yet either. Sagas is good.
I haven't read it.
It's really good.
It's on a list that I have to just sit down and read, along with The Walking Dead.
I mean, just get ready because you'll be binging it once you start.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's hard not to. Walking Dead.
Yeah. Again, I just have to.
I reread The Walking Dead.
Sit down and read it
a little while ago.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad read. But yeah, let's get back on topic.
Ultimate Universe is X-Men.
Yeah.
In this universe, it's not evolution that made the mutants. It was scientists in a lab in Canada.
Yeah, the Canadians did it.
And Wolverine.
Most unbelievable part.
Yeah. Wolverine was the first mutant.
Yeah.
And everybody else is just products of his blood.
I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then like there was a super drug going around for the mutants that was also Wolverine's blood.
Just drink Wolverine's blood.
Colossus was addicted to it in the comics. And it's what helped him with his powers. Because like when he turns into metal, his skeleton doesn't, it's his skin, and his skeletal structure can't keep up with the metal of the skin, so he can't move without the drug.
The way they introduce, again, I'll say this, the way that they draw Jean Grey and have Wolverine in there is fucking weird. He's like, what, 15?
She's like 15. Wolverine is like 40, 50.
Yeah.
And then like Wolverine is in love with her. Cyclops is in love with her.
Everybody wants to.
Beast is in love with her. Jean. Professor X wants to fuck her.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like Ultimates is like the Ultimate Universe. Other than Spider-Man, and like even Spider-Man sometimes, but like some weird fucking shit.
Though all of the love interest for Jean Grey do end up dying in the Ultimate Universe. Yeah. Like Pietro pushes a bullet through Cyclops' skull.
That was a fucking great panel.
Wolverine gets atomized by Magneto
during Ultimatum.
Hank drowns during Ultimatum, but then it's like he didn't die during Ultimatum.
Yeah, he did.
That was a clone, and then it was like this whole other bullshit. And then they finally turned him blue, like in the main 616.
Yeah.
Because for the longest time he was just like that big dude.
You know what? As we're talking, I'm realizing there's a lot like wrong.
Yeah.
With the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Like I remember it being like really cool.
It was okay. And then it was like the more you think about it,
the more I think about it, there's like
the more you sit and let it stew. It's just like
there's a lot of stuff that like if it was in like the main Marvel universe, I think everyone would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Like Captain America becomes president of the United States.
Yep.
At one point, but he still fights.
Yeah.
Like he takes presidential meetings in the middle of fighting AIM and Hydra.
Like President Super.
Yeah.
Except everyone knows he's fucking Captain America.
Yeah.
Fucking insane. Oh my god.
Thor ends up fucking Hela.
Yeah.
And they have Modi or Magni, one of his children, who ends up fucking shit up for the rest of them when
There's so
later.
Much sex. The Ultimate Universe.
The Ultimate Universe, all the heroes
is
fucked.
Horny as shit.
Like there's a scene where like Hulk and the She-Hulk of this universe, which is Betty Ross, they like fuck on a mountain and break the mountain.
Yeah. Cannibalism.
He also becomes a monk.
My brain is like slowly like just like tallying it all up. Like right now, it's like I really hadn't thought about it like this much in a while, and it doesn't hold up.
No, it doesn't. It is fun to read back though.
Oh, it's very fun to read. Here's
fucking.
I was reading X-Men recently.
At the end of Ultimatum, they all get bit by vampires.
Yep.
Fucking
It's so dumb.
Daredevil. Oh, it was a huge thing.
We can just agree that the Ultimates and like the stuff that is focused on the Ultimates is all pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Like the other stuff is overall pretty cool. The Ultimates, dumb. I don't know who was running.
Like they had a secret Ultimates team with like it was like Punisher, War Machine, Nick Fury, Anthony Stark, Tony's older brother.
Yeah.
And there was like a Spider-Man in like a vault that like told futures and shit and made people go insane. And then they had a Smart Hulk that dressed in suits who didn't want to fight anybody.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Red Skull was Steve Rogers' son.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was psychotic.
Yeah, that was actually kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The Red Skull in the Ultimate Universe was Steve Rogers' bastard son.
What?
Who had the super soldier serum at birth. And he was like raised to be the next Captain America. But because of like the pressure and like just them fucking up raising him, he kind of turned on all of them and killed all the people at the training facility and then cut off his own fucking face.
Like you do.
Yeah, and like that's how he became the Red Skull. He cut off his face to just like have the Red Skull.
It's all fucking psychotic.
But yeah, he was faster, stronger, and more athletic than Steve.
Yeah. I forgot all about that.
Fucking and then they didn't tell Steve.
No one tells Steve.
Yeah, and it was just like why Steve goes off the rails.
No one tells President Captain America.
Yeah.
Wait. He's not Captain America if he's the president, right? Because he holds a higher position.
Yeah, he's still Captain.
He's
America.
Commander.
He still goes by Captain.
That's silly.
Yeah.
He's a commander.
What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me he's Commander America.
I can't tell you that.
God damn it, Cisco.
I think I think when he's president, they just refer to him as President Rogers.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
But when he's in the field, right, they refer to him as President America,
Captain
right?
It's Captain America.
That's silly.
President America.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's Captain America.
I don't subscribe to this reality.
And then this Red Skull got a version of the Cosmic Cube, and what he wanted to do was rewrite history, so he lived with his dad. So he didn't have such a shit childhood.
What a wild Red Skull motivation.
Yeah, and then the new iteration of the Wasp shoots him in bed. The Ultimate Universe was fucking wild.
It was so fucked up. But like, there's so much going on all the time.
Fucking, there was like the original version of the Hulk in this universe. Something stone. Like it's like a pill that he takes. For like 18 hours during the day, he's like this big buff dude, indestructible skin. He's the Hulk for 18 hours a day, but with like all his mental capacity.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and like he fucks off with the pills to just be some like gang lord and just fuck. All he does is fucking do drugs. And then Nick Fury
clip that.
And then all he does is fucking do drugs. And then Nick Fury finds him. They take the pills. They kill him. And then Nick, Punisher, Blade, War Machine, they all take these Hulk pills. Fucking stupid.
It's all so dumb.
And then this line of Ultimate Comics is what like directly ties in to Punisher attempting to shoot Captain America and then hitting Spider-Man.
Yeah. That was like the craziest thing is so in this universe the Green Goblin is still Norman Osborn, right? But he's been modified.
He's like more bioengineered to
be the
like
Green Goblin. A giant like monster kind of guy.
He's a giant Green Goblin.
Yeah, he's not like
he breathes fire, throws fire.
He's not just a green guy with like a suit and like riding on a glider or something.
No, like he transforms into like the Hulk that breathes fire.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens is Spider-Man saves Captain America's life. After getting
shitted on by Captain America
is such a son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's like, you will never be a hero. Don't even try anymore.
You're a child.
Stay here.
Go home.
Go to school.
Yeah. And then Peter Parker saves his ass. Right? And he doesn't even know. He doesn't even notice.
Yeah, yes, he does.
No, he doesn't, does he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because Spider-Man pushes him out the way.
I thought, like, Spider-Man saved him and, like, he barely acknowledged it.
No. He pushed him out the way. Then Peter's on the ground, and then he's like, "Oh shit, kid! Oh my god!"
Oh, and then Peter plays it off. He's like,
and then Peter plays it off, and then Steve is like, "You know what? I was wrong. You're a hero. God damn it, I was wrong."
Yeah.
God damn it, 1940s. I should have trusted this kid. And then Peter
goes home
to fight the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Like, immediately right afterwards.
He dies saving Aunt May.
And Aunt May, MJ, and Gwen
are all, like, enemies.
Yeah.
And you know who else is there? Miles Morales.
Because he sees it happen and he didn't intervene.
So, the timing is Miles Morales...
Peter is Miles Morales' Ben.
Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's how they played it.
Yeah.
Miles Morales gets bit by the spider. He's like, "Oh, well, there's already a Spider-Man, so I don't have
to do anything."
Then he finds out that Spider-Man is getting his ass kicked,
and then he goes to help.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. And then Peter dies.
He gets there too late.
Oh yeah, he gets there too late.
He goes to help, but he gets there way too late.
Yeah,
and Peter's dying, and then he goes like to ask Gwen Stacy, he's like, "Why did he do it?" Like, or what was his name? She goes, "He's Peter Parker." Like, and she's like crying. Mm-hmm. And then at the funeral, like, there's like a whole vigil.
Yeah,
like it's huge. Like it's a kind of a parade almost for Peter Parker.
And then it's like Aunt May goes in, and like it's like a girl with like a scar on her face, and she's like, "Are you Peter's mommy?" And she's like, no, I'm his aunt. It's like, well, he saved me. Like, oof.
It's fucking heartbreaking. Like the lead up to Spider-Man's death, the Ultimate Universe, is like
he also kills all of them. Peter kills the entire Sinister Six.
Oh yeah, yeah, he fucks them all up.
Yeah, because Doc Ock was there, but then he's like, "Yo, I'm not going after Peter anymore."
Norman Osborn survives.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
yeah, he has a smile on his face at the end.
Yeah,
but
he's like, I killed Spider-Man.
He kills Electro by pouring water on him.
Yeah.
Was
his son there?
Harry?
Yeah, didn't Harry show up? Because Harry's also Green Goblin. He's like the second Green Goblin.
I don't remember much about Harry in the Ultimate Universe.
So Harry like disappears for a while, and then he comes back, and he's like Green Goblin, but he can't control anything. He doesn't want to be. Like he doesn't want to do any of it. And he stopped. He helps Peter stop his dad a couple times.
Isn't he more like Suit Green Goblin?
No, he's like monstrous.
I have to go back and read that. Craven the Hunter dies. Vulture dies. Electro dies. Sandman dies.
Fucking wings.
That's from the TV show.
Yeah.
Oof. I think that one right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Norman, and then just look up Harry.
He's like a fucking father versus son. Yeah. So he.
I think you're better off just like clicking.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a link. Oh wait, it was up there.
They just go to personal information, affiliation and relationships.
Personal information.
Harry Osborn.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Harry dies.
Oh yeah, he becomes like the Hobgoblin.
Yeah,
that's right. He just becomes the Orange Hulk.
Yeah. He becomes the Hobgoblin, and he dies. I think on the Shield helicarrier, maybe. Maybe that's it. Yeah, his father kills him.
Oof. Oh, and then Shield kills Norman. What?
Yeah.
The timeline is off.
But he doesn't die.
He doesn't die.
Yeah.
And then they keep him in the jail with Doc Ock and all of Spider-Man's rogues.
Yeah.
And then they escape.
It's a very Shield thing to do. Not kill the villain and then
just keep him.
Keep him.
Yeah.
For like it's almost like a Suicide Squad setup.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like Doc Ock was a Shield agent.
Yeah.
Who like went to Peter. Dr. Octopus was in charge of the Clone Saga in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Trying to like replicate what happened with Spider-Man.
Pretty cool.
But, Peter dies saving Gwen, MJ, and Aunt May.
Yeah. Norman Osborn the entire time from like the very beginning knows Spider-Man's identity.
Yep.
Like that's a whole like wild thing.
And then at the funeral.
Is that you?
At the funeral, Aunt May slaps the shit out of Captain America.
I'm so dumb.
Oh, what does it say? Minecraft?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well. It's fine. We upload them on YouTube.
It is what it is.
Keep going.
The Ultimate Universe was just fucking wild in every sense. Because I'm trying to think about other iterations of the characters.
What was like anything else that was like kind of huge?
Hawkeye?
Fuck Hawkeye.
Yeah, but like they killed his entire family. Like in like one panel, they kill his whole family with him listening to them killing his entire family.
Yeah.
And then he rips out his fingernails when he kills the guards in the room with his fingernails.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll give it to Hawkeye. That's pretty cool.
And then like that panel of him like this, getting ready to flick his last fingernail at the doctor. And like the Ultimates go up against the United Nations Ultimates team.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care about anything that happens in Ultimates. That's insane.
Like
That's a stupid thing.
They had their own versions of all the heroes. They had their own Quicksilver, which is like Insectoid was her name.
Why? Why was her name Insectoid? Was
Because
she fast?
Was
she fast?
She was fast.
Why was her name Insectoid?
No idea. She was fast and she controlled bugs. And they had Abomination to counteract the Hulk.
That would make sense.
Then they had like, I want to be politically correct. Like,
what's the name?
I don't remember the name, but he was firmly like the Middle East version of Captain America.
Oh, okay.
But like,
can I just look up the United Nations Ultimates team? Let me just get the whole list. Would that be easy?
100% sure it wasn't the United Nations. It was like just like against America. Just look up Ultimates Abomination.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good idea.
Because like, I'm pretty sure that you could get them from.
How do you is it? Oh, it's
ABOM.
My God, I'm so dumb. And then we'll go to
affiliations.
I guess, yeah.
Liberators. That was their fucking name.
Wild.
Yeah, look, it was just the inverse of like, or different versions of like the Avengers. Yeah, and like they had Loki.
That is the fucking Johnny Quick Earth.
Yeah.
Like fucking. That's so funny.
They gave their version of Thor's old power belt. The Colonel from Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Domination from China.
Crimson Dynamo from Chinese.
Yep.
Perun, the Soviet Thor. Hurricane.
North Korea.
Swarm, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah, she controlled insects.
Yeah, Hurricane, she wasn't the version of Quicksilver. Hurricane.
I got the name wrong.
Hurricane was the version of Quicksilver.
Listen,
you got it.
It was all equally stupid.
You put two characters together. You're like the fast one with the spider movements.
Listen, it was all stupid. So the Schizoid Man. Fucking.
Does he turn into multiple people?
No, he was like the multiple man. You know, he could clone himself. That was it. And then they all strapped themselves with suicide vests.
And then Loki.
Yeah, no, fucking Schizoid Man, all the clones put suicide vests on.
So they literally were a suicide squad.
Yeah, 100%. And then like the thing with the Abomination, this one was like he was like super smart, and he just kept asking questions to Hulk, beating his ass.
This I just want to say this right now. This podcast took a turn.
Yeah, now we're just shitting on the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna be like, oh, this was nice, but like the more I think about it, Spider-Man was great. Some like really cool shit with the Fantastic Four.
It's shit.
Everything else is fucking crazy.
You know, this Abomination just kept punching the Hulk. Like, what is the square root of this? Give me the equation for space. Give me the equation for this.
He's stun-locking him.
And then, but like he couldn't keep up. Like, yeah, he was strong as the Hulk, but like just base level Hulk. He didn't get stronger the anger he got. Hulk did. And then Hulk just started punching him. What's 2 + 2? Bam! What's 4 + 4? Bam! What's a fish? Bam! And then ripped his jaw off and then started eating him.
Fucking Hulk, man. Loves to eat people.
Yes.
I'm just gonna call this episode "We Shit on the Ultimate Universe." That's what's going up on YouTube.
Doctor Strange also died in Ultimatum.
Yeah.
And then Dormammu got loose.
Everyone fucking died in Ultimatum. Ultimatum was like a crazy fucking event. The fucking planet flooded. You know how insane that is? Then everyone came back. It was like, man, that was crazy.
And then Cataclysm happened.
Yeah.
And then Galactus came. And then it was like Galactus came and then from the main universe. And then Galactus. The swarm of machine robots that did the same thing.
So
they fused together.
So dumb.
Like they like fusioned together to just make Galactus.
Oh, okay.
It was like a silver Galactus.
I'll say this: DC's made some stupid shit over the years, but I'm trying to think of a point where they hit
Peak stupid.
This kind of like peak stupidity after the 2000s.
See, I believe the peak stupid was in finding themselves though, because peak stupid for them was like Superman making a little version of him.
Yeah, but that was like that was back when everything was fucking crazy.
And then fucking him molding his face.
Yeah.
To be like an alien or whatever.
Like
that was DC's peak stupid.
Yeah, but
Marvel didn't have that.
That was decades ago.
Still.
Marvel had the Clone Saga and weird shit like that happening.
But it was relatively normal.
Yeah.
And you throw in the Ultimate Universe and it's like, what the fuck is this shit?
Sure. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not trying to start a war here. But I forgot.
Dude, they put the mutants on a reservation.
Yes. Yes, they did.
After firmly killing all of them, President Captain America put them on a reservation that they built. They're like, hey, this is ours. And then Cap went, yeah, that's a reservation now. You can only live there.
It's like fucked up.
Captain America was a fucked up person in this.
Fucked up slave shit.
And then he was like, yeah, I don't want to be president anymore. But like he held it as a dictatorship for like a few years. And then the world went to shit. SHIELD went to shit. The American government told SHIELD to fuck right off. Because like they couldn't protect them from a world ender like Galactus.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't do your job. It doesn't matter that, most of you died.
We're fucked, but fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Insane. I don't know. I'm like my brain, like I'm trying to like think of other things to talk about here, but my brain is shut down because I forgot all the crazy shit that happened in Ultimate Universe.
Iron Fist was a traitor.
Whoa.
he sold out Spider-Man, Daredevil, and Moon Knight to Kingpin.
Oh yeah. Oh no, yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, and then Daredevil died. Yep. None of the heroes pan out, really.
No.
They all die.
Because what's the one thing that you can do in an alternate universe that you can't do in the main universe? Kill whoever you want. If you're a writer who doesn't like a character and you get the chance to write a story in the Ultimate Universe, you could kill whoever the fuck.
I think they threw Thor into the void.
Yeah.
With Galactus. Tony is like dying of a tumor in his brain that has its. The tumor was the fucking Mind Stone. I forgot that. The tumor was an Infinity Gem that materialized in Tony Stark's brain. Gained consciousness in his brain as Tony's little brother. And then they just talked.
Shut the fuck up, Cisco. What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That happened. And then like the maker, Reed Richards, after going insane and is now trying to control the world, they performs brain surgery. Little Anthony.
Anthony brain tumor is how they list him. It's Anthony brackets brain tumor.
Yeah, if you click on it, I'm 100%.
Does he grow? Or is that he's an hallucination? He's an hallucination.
Yeah, he's an hallucination.
Okay. I thought
that discovered one of the Infinity Gems was stored in Tony Stark's brain. Yep.
I thought
Anthony wasn't the Infinity Gem.
When I saw that kid, I was like, did the tumor get out and then grow into a small boy?
No, like it just inhabits.
That's some Venture Brothers shit.
It just inhabits a suit of Iron Man armor.
Huh.
Yeah, then this Reed Richards starts the Future Foundation. And it's literally like an encapsulated civilization that hyper evolves.
Mm-hmm.
So like a day outside is like 100 years in the bubble.
Yeah.
And because of his physiology, he doesn't age.
This Reed Richards might be one of the best.
He also expands his brain.
Yeah, he gets a big head. That's why he wears that helmet.
Yeah, he uses his stretchy powers to like literally expand his knowledge,
which is insane. It's all insane.
Yeah.
I want to like I want someone to like just watch this and like really mark the moments where you can see me losing my mind.
This happened like every 10 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, it's about every 10 minutes. Yeah. Where do I end? How many IQ points did I lose this episode?
Hulk had the Infinity Gauntlet at one point, and still got rocked.
He's the Hulk.
How
does he?
I believe they had their version of Thanos.
Did they? I don't remember Thanos at all. But again, I didn't read Ultimates, so
I don't know. Like
that's where he would have popped up.
And then their version of Vision was a woman from space who fell in love with Falcon. Yep.
Galactus. Uh-huh.
Yep.
What a fun story. What a great idea. Huh. That's awesome.
It's out there.
Occupation Harbinger.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, and then Cataclysm happened, and that was basically the end of the Ultimate Universe.
Thank God.
But they're still there, though.
Yeah, that they revealed at the end of what was it?
Secret Wars 2.
Was it Secret Wars?
Yeah, that's when like they folded in Miles Morales.
Secret Wars in 2015.
Yeah,
they folded in Miles Morales.
They folded in Miles Morales into the main 616.
Yeah. But it wasn't until a little later that we found out the Ultimate Universe still existed. Right?
It was at the end of
was it at the end of Secret Wars?
Because it was like Spider-Man. No, it wasn't. It was Spider-Man
2. That's right.
It was Spider-Man 2, where it was like Peter and Miles like finally acknowledged the fact that they met in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
And then now they're in the main universe.
And there's another Miles Morales.
And that there's another Miles Morales who was already in the 616.
Best buddies with Kingpin.
Who was a mob boss who wanted out the game for a girl. The girl died, and then he paid like millions of dollars to find another reality where this girl was still alive, and then to go to the Ultimate Universe, which happened to be the Ultimate Universe, Marvel 1610, where Miles was originally from, but then got like ingrained into the main universe. That whole ramble sounds insane.
Yeah, well, I mean, most comics things do. When you talk about comics things without like pausing for a second to touch on everything, you sound like crazy.
It's like that fucking meme.
Yeah, it's the meme with Charlie Day where he looks at the wall from Always Sunny.
Yeah, it's like, look at this, guys. It all links together.
Yeah.
And then the older 616 Miles goes to the Ultimate Universe, and then like Cap, Iron Man, Thor, they're all there. And then Peter Parker is also there with like a very futuristic gauntlet talking to MJ. So like,
it's cool.
Yeah.
That I remember seeing that and being like,
yep.
Or maybe? And
then also like
they haven't done anything.
That Ultimate Universe Spider-Man also came back at the end of Miles Morales' run.
Yeah, during Miles Morales' run, not the end.
It was during?
Yeah, it was like in the middle of it.
Oh, like he came back and he's like, yeah, I don't know how I'm back. Who the fuck are you, though, and why are you in my house?
Yeah.
They fought, and then
because Miles knows like
he knows Gwen, MJ, Aunt May.
They give him like the things
In Spider-Man, the first one.
Yeah,
they give him Peter's original web shooters.
Yeah,
and then Peter gets them back, and then he's like, "Man, you can keep."
Peter goes, yeah. Peter gets them back, but 616 Peter like acknowledges him. He's like, "Hey, you're Spider-Man. That's cool."
Yeah, and then Ultimate Peter Parker and MJ just fuck off.
Yeah, they fucking leave,
and they're like, "Yeah, New York is yours. we're going to Ohio. Ohio, Damas."
It's fucking insane. The whole thing's insane.
The only good thing was Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm realizing that as we're talking. Not to say that it's not fun to read the other stuff.
Like, if you're looking for quality.
Yeah, if you're looking for quality, if you're looking for like just a good story throughout.
Spider-Man. Consistently, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man was like
both Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Yeah, throughout. Like, both really good.
Yeah. And then, like, you have to read like the bigger events to understand. Cause, like, the good thing about the Ultimates comics, going back to the good, was that when they had these big events, they fully ingrained all the other heroes.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And then, like, the next issue of their individual one was like after like this whole big event.
It wasn't like piecemeal. Like who's part of this and who isn't just by randomness. Like, you know. I'll say this: the Ultimates, maybe to either it's like greatness or detriment. It had everything very well connected.
Black Panther was a mutant.
I almost ended the podcast. I almost reached over and it stopped streaming.
Black Panther was a mutant.
The way you grabbed my arm, I was like, what's he about to say? Something inspired? Like, you go, Black Panther was a mutant.
Black Panther was a mutant, sold to Nick Fury by the King of Wakanda.
Oh my god.
To save his life after failing the trial. Killmonger is King of Wakanda. Killmonger and T'Challa are brothers. N'Jaka and Killmonger are brothers. N'Jaka and T'Challa are brothers. Killmonger Black Panther, whatever. They're brothers. They fight for the title of King. T'Challa loses, and then Killmonger slits his throat. He's like, "Fuck you, I'm king. Fuck you for trying to test me."
Like you do.
And then the king makes a deal with Nick Fury to take T'Challa into the Weapon X program.
Didn't he slit his throat, though?
He was still alive, though, like barely hanging on a thread. So now Black Panther is now mute in the Ultimate Universe.
He's a mutant?
Yeah. And then
he's a mutant.
He's a mutant. And then he has adamantium claws.
Of all the things that I thought might come up today, Black Panther is a mutant. Not one of them.
Yeah, he has like the adamantium claws.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then there was like a weird Ultimates comics, like a few issues where like Captain America was Black Panther for a little bit. Like, because Black Panther was mute, like Steve told T'Challa, "Yeah, go back to Wakanda, handle whatever business you got, but come back. In the meantime, I'm gonna put on your suity suit and be Black Panther while you're doing your own thing."
Feels like Steve probably shouldn't be Black Panther, right?
But he was.
He was. Just, you think we're gonna see that in the MCU?
No.
Old Steve?
No. You didn't even say a variant. You said old Steve.
Yeah, I know. It's old Steve.
Gross.
Yeah.
Hella gross. It's like, yeah, no.
Just for the record, the MCU is largely based off of the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm starting to kind of confused a little bit. Because I'm not sure what they really took now. in my mind, it's like it's very vaguely.
So
like, it always made sense to me when we said that before, because it's like my memory of the Ultimate Universe might have been clouded,
yeah,
a little bit by like the Great Spider-Man run and like reading it from so long ago. You know,
I mean, so
because when you're a kid, like,
so I got you right here.
The thing is this:
Hawkeye's family is what they took from the Ultimate Universe, because in the main he doesn't have a family.
Yeah, young Spider-Man.
Young Spider-Man. Tony was an alcoholic up through Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had that.
Well, he would have been anyway from 616 too.
Yeah, but it was like more like around Iron Man 1 is when he's like, I'm an alcoholic,
and
and
he's
he
just in the bottle of
Yeah, that was like more Iron Man 1.
Sure.
But like this got extended into Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
I mean,
Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. as a whole, because the S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Ultimate Universe is super fucking shady.
Yeah. It's way more interesting in my mind, though.
Yeah, because they're like an actual secret organization.
Yeah.
That kidnaps and like takes people.
And then in the MCU, it's like, yeah, there's a shield, and everyone knows there's a shield now.
Like the Triskelion isn't a thing in the main universe.
Yeah.
That's Ultimate Universe, like that base that in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
But they have that fight.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely took a lot from the Ultimate Universe, but kept none of the context, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, because if they did, we would have a
bad.
WandaVision would have been a very different show.
Oh no! Then we'd be glad that there's not a Hulk movie.
No, I think I would.
You want a cannibal? You want a cannibal Hulk?
I would love to see Mark Ruffalo deal with the thought of realizing that he's a cannibal half the time.
He's like, yes, I'm playing Bruce Banner, this character who
eats people.
Who's a cannibal? He's a
superhero, right? But he saves the world, so it's okay. He's gonna save the world one bite at a time.
That's horrible.
I know.
That's fucking horrible. That's bad.
That's up to them.
I'm telling you, though.
I don't think it's
bad. Oh my god. Colossus was also gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was great. I think he was in a relationship with Angel.
Yeah.
Maybe? I might be getting that wrong. Kurt, Nightcrawler, was in a relationship with Dazzler.
You know what? The crazy thing about the Ultimate Universe is we mostly remember all the sex shit.
Janet and Steve were together.
That's a lot of what we're talking about. Because they had a lot of focus on relationships.
Oh, dude, Tony killed Black Widow in bed.
Oh yeah,
with the fucking acid nanites.
They had a sex tape that went out.
Yeah,
I just remember that. That was fucking crazy. Why? Why'd they do that?
I couldn't. And it was Natasha who released it.
Yeah.
Like, discredit Tony. But she was fucking with the wrong man. He was an alcoholic. Everybody knew it, and he didn't care. Yeah, what did he say? He said it was like free promotion.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, no. Now the ladies will know what they get into.
All press is good press.
Yeah. Yeah. That's who Tony was. All press is good press.
So let's just talk real quickly about like what came out of the Ultimate Universe after Secret War. Specifically, like what can we point to that's still there?
Miles.
Like from the new, Miles is the big one that everyone wanted.
Yep. The Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson archetype got transferred over.
Which I'll say this. That is one of the best changes they made to the Ultimate Universe because I didn't give a shit about Nick Fury.
It's like they kept the original Nick Fury, but then they introduced Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury as being his son in the main 616. So you have like the Ultimate Nick Fury and then this one. They're not the same person, but they're the same person. What else? Jimmy Hudson is in the main 616.
Jimmy Hudson being
Wolverine's son from the Ultimate Universe. Because he doesn't have X-23, he doesn't have Dakin, or any of the other kids he killed.
Isn't X-23 currently Wolverine again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember.
It's like every X-Men team has a Wolverine on their team now.
Yeah.
Because even the Marauders have Dakin, and he's their Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then you have Wolverine on X-Force, and then Laura, X-23 as Wolverine for the new X-Men team.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have those three, and then we have Reed Richards.
Yeah, the Maker.
Yeah.
Who's like running around right now. Last time we saw him was during the King in Black series.
Yeah. King in Black was really successful, wasn't it?
I would say so.
Yeah, like I think it was like really popular.
Yeah, it definitely changed the formula for Venom.
Yeah.
Again.
I caught some of that, like just through I watch comic explainer videos all the time. Like for stuff that I know I probably won't read because it's too much history.
Yeah.
You know,
or
like
too convoluted.
Too convoluted. Like there's like it's a lot of Marvel stuff because like
Marvel is very convoluted.
Yeah, Marvel's
confusing.
very convoluted. It's very confusing. It's a lot. There's a lot going on all the time. With characters between them. They don't really have a lot of stories that aren't interconnected.
Yeah.
Right. But like I was watching some of that King in Black stuff. It's like really cool. Like I was kind of interested. Maybe you want to like read Venom.
Venom in the past couple of years has been a great character.
Yeah.
You're starting off of just Agent Venom with Flash Thompson, and from there as a jumping point to the current Venom, perfect.
Yeah.
Because you see the whole transformation.
Eddie Brock having a kid.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Eddie Brock being the hero.
Yeah. Going to Peter Parker for help.
Yeah. And then Venomverse.
Yeah.
That was a huge one that I really enjoyed.
It's all very cool. Like I like what they're doing. I think Marvel's like really hit like a great stride right now.
Yeah.
Like where everything that they're doing is like kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's like kind of all leading up to Dark Ages, which is the new shakeup for the Marvel universe.
I think that's like we just hit like the same point like with DC. Like DC's a little bit ahead on that, like kind of like if the timeline is you have like a couple of years and then you have like a universe bending event that kind of resets some stuff. You have a couple of years, right? DC's like here and Marvel's here.
Yeah,
they're about to get.
So would you say this is Dark Ages could be their rebirth or prelude to rebirth?
Yeah, something like that.
Like this is
I don't think Marvel will ever do like the kind of wholesale like universe shift that DC does. Just I don't think
the last thing that they had that came close to that was Secret Wars 2.
Yeah, and that wasn't even like reboot. It was just rolling characters in.
Yeah, and then just getting rid of shit.
Yeah, like it didn't really change the main characters that much.
Yeah,
like
I feel like Secret Wars 2 was like their convergence.
Yeah,
and then it's like like DC.
It's like what characters would we like to see moving forward?
Yeah,
like without having to do anything to our current characters.
Yep, like keeping the mainstays, and then just like seeing who we can throw in and whatever.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Which is like they obviously kept Miles Morales, the Maker.
Yeah.
I just remember another thing from the Ultimate Universe. The Thing killed Doom.
Yeah.
Took her head. Just.
Yeah.
And then he killed Namor.
That's king shit.
And then just quit the Fantastic Four and then joined the military.
I don't remember that part.
Yep. He joined the military as a army Marines. What are those?
The few, the proud, the brave,
Marines.
Yeah.
And then the Fantastic Four were done, and then he got together with Sue.
Yeah.
And then the Thing, he shed his cocoon, and then became Wonder Man, became purple and fluorescent.
The fact that
and then he can recall the armor again.
That's some crazy shit.
He's like, That is a great twist on the Thing's power.
It's a great twist on the Thing as a character in general, because the whole thing about the Thing is that
he can't turn back.
He can't turn back, and it's
like he can only turn back once a year.
He's kind of traumatized by it.
Yeah,
a lot of the times, like in his
character. The crux of his character is like, Reed never fixed me.
Yeah.
Which, like,
he's gotten over it over the years.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, kind of now.
No, he got brought up again.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You've been the Thing longer than you've been a person. I mean, he's a person still, but you know what
I mean. It got brought up again in Original Sin.
Maybe if they didn't call him the Thing, he wouldn't be so upset. It's kind of fucked up.
Grim is a perfect code name, and it just happens to be his last name.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Fantastic.
Or Rockman.
Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Grim.
They could have called him The Rock.
Have somebody coined.
Yeah, he would have gotten sued.
But
he came out before The Rock. Can you imagine if they called him The Rock before The Rock happened?
The Rock goes by the Thing.
The Rock goes by. Time traveler moves chair 2 inches.
I don't know.
The Rock gets hit by cosmic radiation.
They need to just get rid of. They need to incorporate that into the Thing's character, where it's like it's a cocoon and then.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like you told me about that like an hour ago. I didn't really know about it before.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
There's a few things that I think that they should incorporate.
Ideas, just in general.
Yeah, because like
I think they should incorporate all the sexism that Captain America was doing. Really, like
the 1940s sexism.
Yeah, expand his character.
You need to keep it.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you two. I don't mean to be that guy, but I think you're absolutely not.
There's a rock in your great. You didn't watch streams and. Also, what's up, Sonic?
Oh shit! What's up, dude?
Thanks for the
you're the rocket and Groot of Twitch. Oof!
Damn.
Thank you. I love you two.
I feel like I'm feeling pretty high and mighty now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm glad that we both like turned our heads and like looked at the chat stream.
Usually there's not a lot of chatter.
Dude, there's no Guardians of the Galaxy in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, isn't that weird? I was thinking about it. I'm like,
that is
of all the teams.
There's no Guardians.
An Ultimate Guardians would have been great. I think it would have fit really well.
I mean, we could say it, but like we don't know how they would have wrote it.
Yeah, they probably would have all
Space Ultimates.
They would have all been fucking. It would have been a constant orgy. Groot would have been a dildo.
Like,
I didn't say
a splinter.
It was written.
Christ. Yeah, because Carol Danvers isn't Captain Marvel. She's head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, that was a cool twist.
Yeah,
I like that. Actually, I liked it when they take like characters that and like move them into different. I mean, yeah, but that's the whole Ultimates thing.
2 inches too low.
I like it when they move them into like positions in greater organizations.
Mm.
Like, it's like if they had made Spider-Man like a secret agent, like if Spider-Man wasn't like the mainstay of the Ultimate Universe, and they stuck in like in that kind of position, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah,
like just to see it.
Yeah,
like, but yeah, Ultimates is kind of. I didn't know.
Definitely read Ultimates for shits and giggles.
If you want to laugh or be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, if you want like.
If you've already been reading comics, or like, if this podcast has got you interested in reading comics and you've read just the main 616 shit, go into the Ultimates right now and just compare and contrast the amount of differences.
Yeah, just go get it. Wait, actually, I don't.
Black Cat.
I'm not even sure if Ultimates is on Comixology.
I believe it is.
I think I looked it up recently because I was like, maybe I should go read Ultimates because I never did.
Alright, we got a question. Can I ask a really controversial question? Would Disney ever do an origin rocket story, or is it too grim? Also, why hasn't the Collector not had a movie? He's a brilliant villain. They have a brilliant actor, Benicio del Toro, acting him. They've missed a trick. Benicio del Toro is like an ace in the hole when it comes to movies and acting.
You're right.
Him and Sicario Day of Soledad,
yeah,
and Day of the Dead. Fuck, Benicio del Toro can do no wrong.
it's fucking great.
If I see him attached to a movie, I'm watching the fucking movie. And I don't know.
A Rocket solo movie. I think maybe a Rocket series.
I would like a Rocket and Groot series.
Yeah, I think that could. But like again, you would have to be like when they meet up. Maybe a short. I wouldn't even mind like it being like a 30-minute like. Hey, we made like this short because they're both digital characters.
Yeah, and they could just like keep it in that digital space.
They could keep it mostly in that digital space. They wouldn't have to hire any like crazy big actors.
I mean, Black Widow solo movie.
I love the Black Widow solo movie. I'm sorry, it was really good.
It was a great movie.
We talked about it last week.
It was just the timing of the movie.
Yeah, if it had come out like
if it had come out
after
Civil War,
I think
that's when it takes place.
Yeah, either after Civil War or Infinity War. I think after Infinity War, just because like they had time between those movies.
Yeah,
and they couldn't really do anything between them.
And like the reason why it might have been bad for some people is because you know where the story ends.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense to like have all this emotional drive of family, when you know she's gonna die in the end.
Yeah.
Like you know the end point of the story, you don't need the middle of it, and the middle of it was about like 3 years too late.
Yeah.
Rocket's origin isn't that grim. Because he was meant to be a nursing home aide.
Yeah.
On a plan of like genetically altered stories.
Yeah, but they wouldn't show like all the mutations. They would like streamline it.
Yeah.
You know, and it would be like
he's genetically altered. He has like this robotic skeleton that keeps him upright.
Yeah.
He's modified to talk, and
they would have like some doctor like go through and be like, "This is what we did," like through the list, and you wouldn't like see any of it. It would be
they would have probably $1 million man it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we can rebuild him. We can make him better.
Yeah.
That's for the dog. And
Howard the Duck was an awful movie. Yeah.
I
mean, it's a product of the times.
Yeah, and like we also don't talk about that movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
It's part of the MCU now, you know.
Is it really?
It has to be.
Gross.
He's in it.
I know Howard.
He's in the fucking movies.
Yeah, Howard was in Guardian of the Galaxy.
And in Endgame.
Yeah, and in Endgame. Yeah, he fought in the battle. Yeah.
Fucking wild.
I do think though they are bringing.
Did you break a rule? No.
No. I do think they're bringing Cosmo in. I could be wrong. Guardians Volume 3? They could be bringing Cosmo in. Because I'm not sure.
No, you're very much.
When I'm not sure, I like to show my double chin, so you know I might not be sure.
Yes.
And going back to the Collector,
I can't see a Collector.
I don't think a Collector movie, but he could play a larger role.
Yeah, in the MCU.
Because
we always end up talking
who's
about
his brother? It's the Collector, and there's the other dude.
Trash Man?
Fuck, why am I blanking on his name?
I don't know who you're talking about here.
Can you help me out?
Super curly one? Do you know who the Collector's brother is? Come on, just like... I'm trying to look it up. I'm not done with talking to anyone. Alright, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. He has a son-in-law. I don't see any brother.
Is it brother or just an adversary?
I don't even see like an adversary. Weird.
The Grandmaster. Thank you so much. The Grandmaster is his brother.
Oh.
Or just his like counterpart or whatever. We're looking at the wiki and it doesn't say Grandmaster as a brother. But you know, a Collector and Grandmaster duo for a movie would be amazing. Because there's a few issues where they take time and multiversal displaced heroes and have them fight each other.
That'd be a fun series. That'd be a fun episode of
because
the series.
Battle World.
Yeah,
that was their thing. The Collector and the Grandmaster.
Again, I wish that Marvel's animated game was stronger.
Yeah, because we would get this.
Yeah, because DC kills it with animated stuff.
Long Halloween.
They destroy it.
They would make Thanos look like two villains from Home Alone. Yeah.
That's funny, yeah. But, yeah, if they had, an bigger animated studio push.
Because it was like the Grandmaster and the Collector. Like I think it was the Collector who took Hulk, and the Grandmaster took Red Hulk. And then the Collector had Hulk, Namor, Doctor Strange, and Silver Surfer.
Indeed.
To fight Red Hulk, Atuma, the other Herald of Galactus, the dude who earthbends, Terrax. That's his name. And Baron Mordo. Yeah, they all fought, and then they couldn't fight. They couldn't win against their respective villain, and then they just traded villains. I think Silver Surfer wiped the floor with Red Hulk.
That's nuts.
And then Hulk beat the shit out of Baron Mordo. Doctor Strange took on Terrax, and I think Namor fought I forget, but that was a solid issue, and I think it's what that Marvel's Contest of Champions game, that mobile game.
Yeah,
it's what that's based off of. The Grandmaster and the Collector.
That fucking game that I see all the fucking
on the ads. Yeah, that's what the thing.
Oh my god.
He's just an elder of the universe. As far as I'm aware of, in the comics, he's just an elder of the universe, along with the Grandmaster. They're just two old beings who can manipulate reality.
Yeah. In the MCU, he seems like he's just a guy.
Yeah, in the they haven't
Thanos.
Yeah, they haven't expanded on him in the MCU.
Maybe it's just he's playing.
Maybe,
I think they could easily play it off if they ever wanted to do something.
Yeah, where he was just playing a role or some shit.
But again, because I'm not sure that he has enough fan appeal.
No, they are not gods. At least not in the MCU. In the MCU, comics,
definitely just
in the comics, they're on that borderline of gods.
Demigods.
I mean, but Thor can't fuck with them either.
Yeah.
So they're higher above Thor, but not on the level of the Living Tribunal.
Yeah, Thor's a god as much as an alien can be a god. Kind of. You know what I mean? There's higher powers in the Marvel universe, and Thor is not there.
I mean, he gets there.
Yeah, he gets there, but he's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's on the lower bracket.
Yeah, he's God, little G.
Yeah.
And the Collector, the Grandmaster, and a few the Beyonder are gods, big G.
Yeah.
Higher than Thor, but not higher than Star-Lord.
Depends on Star-Lord.
No, because right now, Star-Lord has gone through a whole transformation.
Are we talking about MCU or in the comics? Comics, yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's gone through a whole transformation where he could very well be a god, capital G. They just haven't expounded on that too much.
People think the character in that direction,
but neither a patch of Odin. I don't know. I feel like Odin is still little G, because Thor has easily surpassed Odin.
Yeah,
and
I would say Odin's little G.
Yeah,
I love the distinction. Little G, big G.
Yeah, and then you have Celestials that no one can touch, but everyone can.
No one but everyone, huh?
It's when they have their fucking they're still gonna hold it Infinity Gem without dying. That's because his father was
a planet.
Ego. The living planet, yeah.
His father. So that shit still fucks.
Dude's
father was a planet.
It's like that's a great incorporation for ego. I almost called him Mogo. But like I don't know, the comic origin of Star-Lord is a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Like his father is like king of like the Spartax Empire.
Yeah. No, it's way more interesting in the comics. But the fact that they were like, yeah, your father's a living planet.
Yeah. Kind of weird.
It's like, I get it. It's easier to understand.
He also ate all your brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Would you be the Hulk?
Yeah, if I was... yes, if I was the Hulk.
Yeah, that's kind of... And, like, the MCU kind of has a weird stipulation on the gems, too.
There's a whole... The MCU is its own thing. We have to always remember that. The MCU is not the Marvel Universe, like, as we know it. It has to be...
It's just an interpretation.
It's an interpretation. It's different in so many ways.
Yeah, and then same in so many ways.
Yeah, so you can't, like... It's hard to, like, take something from the comics and be like, well, this would happen because the MCU is, like, different from the comics.
Because in the comics, anyone can hold an Infinity Gem.
Yeah.
Like, anybody could put on the gauntlet. Anybody could grab one stone. And it doesn't kill you.
I think it's more interesting in the MCU, honestly.
Yeah, where it's like, it's consequences.
Yeah.
For, like, just even using it.
Yeah, it's like that much power should have, like, something vicious behind it.
Yeah. It's like, it makes sense that these older beings can hold it.
Yeah. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, the power is overwhelming. Unless like, you use it as a tool. Yeah. Like Ronan did. Like, he put it in the hammer. Yeah. He didn't use it in his hand. He put it in the hammer.
Exactly. It has to be, like, wielded properly. Like, you need conduit.
Yeah, and then for Thanos, it was the glove. Yeah. I'm pretty sure if he raw dogged the Infinity Stones, it wouldn't have turned out great.
He raw dogging them Infinity Stones.
And, like, even just using it twice fucked up his hand.
Yeah.
He turned into the dude from Scary Movie 2.
Shrek?
What? No, the dude from Little Hand. Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, Shrek. And he's, like, going and he's farming on that planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're saying two different things, but getting to the same point.
Yeah.
And it's confusing me.
Why?
I don't know, because you said Shrek.
But yeah.
When you say Shrek, all I think is Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
The Ultimate Universe was really fucked up.
Yeah.
The fact that the MCU derives itself from there, and it isn't crazy.
It's a godsend.
Yeah, it's pretty great. it just goes to show, like, there's a lot of, like, cool things in the Ultimate Universe. I think we talked about them. I think we focused a lot on, like, the crazier shit because it's more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun to talk about all the crazy shit. Like, the good shit is really good. Ultimate Spider-Man is fucking fantastic. I love that series.
And like even
I recommend it to anyone who wants to start reading comics.
Like even the Ultimates,
I'm sure you could
have their moments.
Yeah, I mean every comic has its moments.
Yeah, like when they all like are like, oh shit, Thor is a god, and he just like smiles at them. It's great.
There's cool shit.
That issue with like after Ultimatum and Thor goes to the halls of Valhalla, and like all the heroes who died in Ultimatum are there. Including, which, again, doesn't make any sense. Peter's there, but, like, he wasn't really dead.
But we didn't know that at the time.
He was in heaven. Scott is there. All Wolverine is there.
Yeah. They get really Game of Thrones near the end. Yeah, there's good to be taken from it. There's a lot of weird shit. And I think if you go in not knowing there's a lot of weird shit, and we were just talking about all the good shit, you'd be kind of shell shocked. Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, like, but I think if you go in knowing like it's gonna be weird, you'll have a good time reading a lot of stuff. Even the Ultimates.
If you've been listening to this entire thing, we're gonna watch it later. The Ultimate Universe is a shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit show. It's a fun shit show.
It's a fun shit show that don't take too seriously.
Yeah. Outside of the fact that Spider-Man like was able to like kind of mystify the rest of the Ultimate Universe for me, like, and keep myself like a little
says a lot about Spider-Man.
Says a lot about how good the Ultimate Spider-Man is.
Yeah,
because I'm a critical little asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we talked about some things. Like, I've been very,
Yeah.
you know, uh, Spider-Man was good enough that I didn't care, you know,
Um,
about the rest of it.
yeah, no.
So, yeah.
Spider-Man. Read Spider-Man first.
Read Spider-Man.
And then expand on the Ultimate.
If you don't like Ultimate Spider-Man, you are not going to like the rest of it.
That's a good base point.
Yeah.
If you read Ultimate Spider-Man and don't like it, don't bother.
Yeah, don't bother with any of it because Ultimate Spider-Man is the best of it.
And if you don't like Ultimate Peter Parker, then give Ultimate
skip to Miles.
Miles. Yeah. Just know Peter dies.
Yeah.
And then Miles takes his place.
Peter dies in like 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nick Fury is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm just trying to honor Spider-Man. Then Nick Fury cries a little bit and he's like, damn.
Yeah, right. I think we're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna start reading Miles Morales now because they have the game and like he's probably gonna show up in the movies.
Yeah, and then they're gonna be coming out with the new Insomniac Spider-Man with Miles and
Peter. He'll still be in there. Yeah.
Which sidebar, the Ultimate Peter Parker and Nick Fury's relationship is the reason why Spider-Man is one of my favorite heroes.
Really?
Yeah, because so many a lot of people have said it in the comics. You know, Nick Fury, Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, where they're like, Peter is the best of us.
Yeah.
And the Nick Fury in the Ultimate Universe said that he wanted to mold Peter to be the best of everybody.
Yeah.
That he saw in Peter who could have been the leader of the Ultimates 5 years down the line.
It's really fucking tragic. When Nick Fury, because Nick Fury feels so much responsibility,
and then he fails him.
That hard. He died, it destroys him.
Yeah, and then he just supports Miles in everything he does. You know, their relationship is why Peter is up there for me, even in the main 616.
That's cool
because so many heroes, especially heroes like Thor, who are yeah, you're one of the bigger heroes that I'll remember for the rest of time.
It's because Peter Parker is one of those characters. I mean, he made Marvel.
Yeah.
Really. Really, Spider-Man. If it wasn't for Spider-Man, Marvel wouldn't still be around in the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a very different landscape of comics in general.
I agree with that.
But yeah, no. Peter Parker, just in general, is one of those heroes that heroes look up to because he's it's the same thing with Nightwing or Dick Grayson in DC.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those heroes that the big heroes look up to because he's kind of uncorruptible.
Yeah, he is.
You know,
he is the rock in the stream that won't budge.
Yeah, and they both make mistakes.
Yeah,
right. Peter Parker has made plenty of mistakes, but his intentions and his goals are always there.
Yeah, he doesn't waver from who he is.
Yeah,
as the core, with great power comes great responsibility.
I think it stands because those two are the kids of comics.
Yeah,
right.
The young adults.
They were the characters designed to represent the youth of the time, right? The only reason Robin exists is because they wanted the people reading to be it's me. He's kind of standing for me, right?
Yeah.
And Peter Parker was designed to be relatable because
he was a kid.
There wasn't any character like that. Stan Lee was hey, I wanted to make a character who has real problems, real life issues, that the reader can relate to. He's not some
grandiose
hero.
Yeah. He's not Superman. He's not Cap. He's not Thor. He's not Hulk. He's a dude who gets fucked up on the daily.
He's overwhelmed by great responsibility.
Who does his best.
Yeah.
And that's all he can do.
Yeah. And that's why I'm just excited to see more Spider-Man stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always excited to see more Spider-Man stuff.
They have that issue with he saves a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
And she's I want to name my kid after you. He's name your kid Spider-Man? What's wrong with you? And she was no, give me your real name. Then he thinks about it.
I think he names him Ben.
And then he looks at the belly, looks at her, Ben.
Yeah.
And then she releases that on YouTube or whatever. And a whole generation of kids are named Ben after Spider-Man.
It's fucking crazy. But yeah, take from all that what you will. This was a fun episode.
Fuck the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, fuck the Ultimate Universe.
But let's revisit it.
Yeah.
I want to see
I would love to see it come back.
I want to see the current Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. I would love like a mini-series, maybe like a 12 issue.
Yeah.
Like something.
Marvel's Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Because they haven't done that in a bit.
Yeah.
They went back to the what ifs in 2018.
Guarantee you there's going to be way more what ifs coming out after.
After what if, yeah.
Because why wouldn't they?
Yeah, it's good marketing.
People are going to love that series.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we will see you next week where we're talking about...
Kal-El. Jonathan Kent as Superman.
Son of Kal-El.
Son of Kal-El.
But yeah. No, it's very exciting. We're both...
excited for it.
Very excited.
Yeah.
For it. Like, I mean, it's kind of like the release of the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like the end of the summer release, and then like a new chapter for Superman.
Yeah, it's comic book history.
Yeah,
like really, like this is like one of those things that's gonna be like.
They're. I hope they're turning Clark into more of a mentor-ish role for like heroes in general, and not just his son.
I hope that in the next like 10 years we see a shift, like where we have like the kind of the Justice Society is like the old heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of hope that our heroes currently become
like the Justice Society.
Yeah, I kind of hope it because like I think it's time.
Yeah, we see like Bruce, Diana. I mean, if she comes back,
like they're still around, but
yeah, but like they're that older team that only comes in for like those big events. Or like, you know, when they're fighting Darkseid or whoever.
Yeah.
Darkseid's getting ready to kill Jonathan Kent or whatever. And then Clark just like stops the hit coming. Dad, I told you I'd always be here. And
something great like that.
Yeah.
Like that's my hope for like the future of DC and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And to Marvel to some extent.
Yeah, and then we lean more towards the Bat family taking in like more of a prominent role in Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Bruce kind of goes into old man Bruce, like kind of like in Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Where he becomes the new Alfred.
Yeah. Exactly. Like that's what they need too.
Yeah, he becomes the new Alfred, and I don't want Nightwing back in the cowl.
No, I don't think he needs to. I think that run was pretty perfect.
When
he's his own character. That's his whole goal.
The first person you think in the Batman to throw back into the cowl is Nightwing.
Easily. I don't even think you need a new Batman right away.
But we're getting him.
Yeah,
but Lucius Fox's son.
I don't think we need like another Batman apart from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think there's like an instinctual like we need more Batman.
Mm-hmm. But I do want further down the line, like in another 5-10 years.
Yeah.
I do want Bruce to take that Alfred role, and I want Damian to take the cowl.
We'll see if that's where we're going.
Then you have like then you would have then we could get like the Batman Superman comics, with Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne.
Yeah.
Because they've already had this history together as being best friends.
I would fucking love to see that.
Yeah, and both of them in their parental roles. Damian being Batman, Jonathan being Superman.
That'd be so fucking cool. I didn't even think about that.
And then we would have the new Wonder Woman. Wonder Girl be the new Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I haven't read the second issue yet.
It's still...
Yeah, it's still doing the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't spiked up yet.
But it's still like at that level where it was like kind of good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then we get the new Green Lantern girl.
Yeah.
She can be the new Green Lantern.
Yeah.
In this run.
I'm looking forward to a lot.
Arthur and Mira's daughter as the new Aquawoman.
Yeah. I'm looking to the future.
Yeah.
It's going good.
Yeah, and then I hope it starts with Jonathan Kent, Superman.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be here to talk about it, as always, every Sunday.
Yep.
Right on this stream.
Thank you for coming.
Peace.